Melissa Miss Sally.
I'm Michelle Lowings.
Gigi Santiago here.
I am a teacher.
I am a registered dietitian.
I am an ex-New Yorker, Puerto Rican, Ayurvedic practitioner.
I'm a former national fitness champion.
She purrs and she prowls, she pivots and she pounces.
She's nothing like a girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to you.
You know her from TV and film.
I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl.
Greta B kicked butts at her boot camps.
The way that booty moving, I can't take no more. Had to stop what I'm doing, so
She taught you that size matters.
find the words to describe.
The anti-aging world of telomeres. She has a nemesis named Mimi von Heinewood, who, love her or loathe her, ain't going away. Greta, like you, is tired of all those other pompous, pontificating talking heads on YouTube. Enough already. Greta tackles issues that most shy away from and says things that cannot be unheard. One thing that she'll never do is pussyfoot around. She leads the wild wise women of the Bitch Kitty Club. Here's Greta B.
Hey, it's Greta B. Welcome to the Bitch Kitty Club show. The first segment of every show is going to be taking it to the streets with real live bitch kitties. Bitch Kitty Talks. This week, we're talking about what scares you. In the Bitch Kitty Beat, we take to the streets and we see what real bitch kitties have to say. For Halloween, of course, we didn't want to cut any corners, so we had to go the scary route. What scares you? What's your biggest fear? Not like buying a cheesy sheet and throwing it over your head and cutting holes in it and running around the neighborhood saying boo, but what in your life really scares you? Let's see what they had to say.
You know, I've thought about what my biggest fear is in life, and I keep coming back to being a victim of violent crime. I mean, that could also be one of the reasons why I continue to try to stay in shape and stay strong and agile in case I have to get away or run. That's my biggest fear.
Hey everyone, so Greta had asked me what is my fear, and she asked me to do a video. So my fear, I guess, basically is I would have to say my fear would be to let somebody down, because that's something I don't want to do because I'm a giver. And other than that, I really have no fears because I'm an action taker and I just do. You girls rock, you bitch kitties, and I'm so glad I'm a bitch kitty.
Hi Bitch Kitties, Lori John here. I guess my biggest fear would be if something horrible happened to my daughter or husband. As a mom and a wife, the people I love are very important to me. So that would be my biggest fear.
Well, hi guys. I was just talking to Greta Blackburn about how scared I am about being famous and rich.
Oh, shit.
We come to the conclusion I'm actually afraid to fail. But who isn't? I love you, Miss Greta Blackburn. I was just scared to fail. Like, oh my, oh my, oh my. Well, it's pretty scary.
Welcome to a segment that we call, serendipitously, somewhat snarkily, and certainly eponymously, The Bitch. This week, Christine talks about, or should I say bitches about, the fact that she's super successful in business, but not so lucky in love. Let's hear what Christine has to say.
What scares me the most is how the end of my life will be. And I don't mean the last few minutes. I mean the last 2 or 3 years. My mother lived to be 96, and I'm worried about how will that be if I have to go to an old folks home and be around people that have no interest and that I can't even talk to about my life. You know, you want to be around people who are sort of at the same level you were when you were young, and I'm not sure that's possible when you're old. I'm a phenomenal real estate agent. Business falls in my lap. I get deals I'm not even looking for. Why can't that happen in my love life? You tell me.
So Christine has a valid bitch. I mean, albeit she's riding around in her Mercedes convertible or whatever, bemoaning the fact that there isn't the perfect dude in her life. Christine, I'm going to give you a story that I use actually for myself as well as for women in your situation. My dad, at age 75, up until age 75, from about 60 to 75, was so picky about women. I would fly him out to Hollywood to visit me. He would come out to visit me in Hollywood, and I would have actress girlfriends of mine, moms, fall madly in love with him. Big, tall, good-looking guy, super smart, wicked funny, and he was so picky. He didn't want anything to do with them. And I was like, Dad, and I'm thinking as he's getting close to 75, I mean, what do you think the pickings are going to be from here on out? But he just said, nope, not for me, not for me, nay, 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 nay. And at 75, he met the woman who became the great romantic love of his life. They were together for 15 years, madly in love with each other. Shirley was a great wife to him. So at 75, he found what you're looking for, Christine. So my advice is, don't give up. However, I'm going to spin this and flip it because this is the bitch segment. And I'm going to flip this to, why is it that the guys that are sweet and soulful and wonderful, loving and caring don't have a pot to piss in, and the guys with the dough are kind of jackasses, arrogant, and kind of pricks? You know what I'm saying? Have you found that? This is my bitch. The sweet, soulful guy that you want to cuddle and snuggle and just be so lovey-dovey with, you know, is having a hard time making ends meet, if he's even making them meet. And the guys that have the beaucoup de bucks, well, you know, if they're not flying Ukrainian hookers in on a private jet, they're just not suitable dates. I mean, I hate to call a spade, but that's the way it is. So I'm going to say to you nice, soulful guys out there, get your act together, please. We need you. We need you. Then we don't have to bitch about this anymore. Well, now we know what scares some bitch kitties, but what excites others. Oh, in particular, Mamie von Heinewood. She keeps trying to get in the bitch kitty club. Well, I gave her a shot. I gave her an in-person interview. Here's what happened.
How are you and what are you up to?
Oh, now let's just talk about that expression right there.
So maybe it is nice to finally meet you. You've reached out fairly frequently because you want to be a member of the Bitch Kitty Club. So there is a process one has to go through to be a member. And thanks again for coming out to meet me. How do I put this? I guess my concern is that the Bitch Kitties fit a certain psychographic profile. And my concern, I guess, is that maybe you're just a bit, what's the word I'm looking for here? A bit much.
You hear and listen to this right now there. You listen to this girl from Wisconsin right now on that. There is no such thing as too much. As Dr. Mercado in Tijuana, who I'm proud to say does all my work, has always said to me, Mamie, there's no such thing as too much. There's just too little. Take my lips, for example. The lips are the portal to the coochie. They're more than just a place to stuff your mac and cheese in, for God's sake. I don't know. I'm sorry. I get a little touchy when people say too much because that's kind of my whole thing. It's like I'm Mamie. I'm maybe and I'm much.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Look at my notes here. Yeah, so I guess, in the interest of being sort of well-rounded here in my questioning, I guess, let's talk a little bit about politics. What are your views?
I love to talk politics in this day and age, and can I just say, mask, schmask. I am not going to put a little mini pad for the mouth on these little babies. I spent far too much money, too much filler, too much money, too much time, too much artistry, not covering it up. No way, no how, not happening. There's your politics.
Okay, got it. What is your career, Mamie? What is it that you do?
Career, yes. I am a color fashionista. As my mother used to say, pink covers a multitude of evils. And why I bring this up, Ms. Blackburn, is frankly, you are looking a little washed out, dare I say. Now, I'm sure the bitch kitties, I'm sure that beauty plays into their whole deal. You know what I'm saying? And as a member of the club, I would love to participate in beauty consultations. You need to put on a little weight. Oh yeah. You need to get a little more, just a little. And yeah, pink. I'm seeing pink from you. You got that black on, and frankly, honey, I mean, the hair. What's going on with the hair? I mean, I get the whole going natural and that gray, whatever. That gray, it's kind of a popular thing. No. There's a reason why they say blondes have more fun, and trust me, they do. So please put a little rinse on that hair, put a little pink on those cheeks and those lips. A little filler in the lips wouldn't hurt you, sweetheart. And yeah, that's what I do with you. And see, this is what I would do with each and every one of those bitch kitties. Just on the whole, some of my basic tips are: go-go boots are underrated, way underrated. Again, pink, you can never go wrong with pink. As far as, you didn't ask me about my musical taste, and I just want to touch on that for 1 minute. Honey, you need to get yourself on the All Elvis All the Time YouTube channel and get yourself acquainted with some Elvis, and in particular, Viva Las Vegas, and Margaret and Elvis, Viva Las Vegas. That is classic American movie making. In fact, we should have a party with the bitch kitties, and we should do Viva Las Vegas. We should run through the whole Anne Margaret archives. Be a blast. And I want to talk about this exercise. I saw you did this 30-day challenge. 30-day challenge. I mean, that's just so overdone. 30 seconds maybe, when you're lifting your lipstick case up or something. But exercise is way overrated. Way overrated.
Well, that is, that's about all for now, Mamie. I'm going to review your application, and I will discuss it with the kitties, and we'll get back to you.
This week's song, as part of the Bitch Kitty Blues segment, and sometimes it's blues, sometimes it's rock, but I like alliteration, so Bitch Kitty Blues it is. Witchcraft in honor of Halloween. Those fingers in my hair, that's like come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare. It's witchcraft I've got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft. Woo, it's witchcraft. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I couldn't switch. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than you.
Bitch kitties know the importance of small changes, small lifestyle changes, small things that compound over time, resulting in big results. The segment, One Small Thing, is taken from our Zoom meetings held weekly. This week's session was about the vector.
Somewhere near where she is. So guys, here's the thing. I want to be sure I get it all in. We're going to jump ship here about halfway through, man. We're going deep. But for now, what I want to get it in is this. Got to find the right page. Here we go. We've been talking about the concept of, you know, the vectors, blah, blah, blah. What I'd like to do is if one person, and keep these short because I'm going to get the hook out. Somebody who and raise of hand, who wants to explain the thing we've been going on and on about? And we're going to dig deeper into that as soon as we get through these reaffirmations of it. What's the one small thing? What is the importance of one small thing? Who's on deck?
Leads to another. It leads to other things.
Yeah, the compound effect.
Right. Yeah.
Compound effect. Okay, beautiful. So a little dinky thing and you think it's nothing, but you know what? That one small thing has the compounding effect. Someone explained to me the principle of the vector. And this is a follow on to the idea of the one small thing. What was my aha moment with my shopping cart? What's the vector? Why is a vector important to us? What does it mean?
It leads you to the end, you know, of what you want to do. You know, it's just like I filled a dumpster this week. And me to the end of, you know, cleaning out the house.
Exactly. And the reason we call it the vector is because it's the one little thing. You started with one little thing, that little turn of the shopping cart that takes you not there, but over here. Because over time, the vector spreads like this and it brings you to the change. Okay. So the one small thing, the vector, and the important point that we don't want to forget, because as bitch kitties, we know the art of the purr, power of the pounce, and we have, but in between those two is a pivot. And that's also part of the vector. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more because you have to pivot. And typically the pivot comes from this. We have a realization, we have an aha moment, we have a discovery about ourselves. You can't make change until you have that discovery. We have to have the discovery because that is what enables us to make the change. So the pivot comes after we have our discovery, we have a revelation, and that's how we create the change. So these are all the important concepts that we're going to get into.
Can I ask you something real quick, Greta?
Yes.
With that vector, like, okay, if you had gone in a straight line, you would get to, let's say, point A.
Yep.
The vector is bringing you to a different point, not where you originally planned. Is that right? Is that the point?
It's exactly that. And thank you for clarifying. We know where we're going doing what we do now. If we don't do anything different, we know where we're going. But if we want to get way over there, and we're going to talk about your big goals, your big dreams, you're going to spill the beans tonight, we've got to make a little change that over time takes us over here. Okay, so you're right. Without that pivot, without the power of the vector, we're going right where we're going. The hell on a handbasket, as every relative I have in Indiana used to say. But we don't say that. So here's the thing. It's really funny. There is a phenomenon. Why we have to focus on the small things. There's a phenomenon called the Zeigarnik effect, named after a female psychiatrist. Our minds can be our biggest enemies. We're making them our best allies, but they can be our biggest enemy. Do you know what? If you've done, let's say tomorrow I cure cancer. I'm curing cancer tomorrow. My mind will not focus on the fact that I cured cancer. My mind is going to focus on all of the open loops that are little crappy things that I haven't done. That to-do list of the stuff that you just don't do, that's where your mind goes. That's why you're going crazy with thinking you're not getting anything done. That's why that to-do list makes you nuts, because the Zeigarnik effect demands that your mind focus on all the little crap you're not doing. You know, that's not fair, but it's the way the mind works. Now, who wants to venture a guess how you prevent that from happening? How do you prevent that from happening?
Make a shorter to-do list.
Well, that would be nice. And eventually your to-do list, I mean, that's a great logical answer, but our to-do lists are pretty freaking big. They are. So short of making the to-do list shorter, because the to-do list is the to-do list. If the dog poop hasn't been picked up and the dishes are dirty and the kids need, you can't shorten the to-do list. So, but good guess. You get bonus points for thinking outside of the box. How can you short circuit? Elizabeth, is that a raised hand? I can tell you're in that sexy, moody vibe. How do you do it?
Maybe seeing yourself doing it, kind of like the power of positive mind, like almost like an affirmation, like seeing yourself actually do something.
I like that, but let's take it a little step further, because yes, let's have your mind see you do it. How about you close the loops? Those are all open loops. And the only way to get your mind off those flippin' open loops is to close the loops. So I'm going to suggest that this week you take a look at your to-do list, or you create a new one, because that's what's running rampant in your mind. That's what's driving you nuts. I know it does me. And at the end of the day, the freaking list is bigger than it was at the beginning. But I'm going to say, make that list. Anything on that list, after you've made it, take a look at it. Anything on that list that takes less than 2 minutes to do, Elizabeth, have your mind see you doing it and get your ass busy doing it. So so once you've made your list,
right,
go through it.
I have my list.
And excellent.
A list.
I've got a little list of society offenders who couldn't be missed. Look at those things. Anything that takes less than 2 minutes, you sit your butt down, stand your butt up, whatever position your butt needs to be in, and get it done. Further, I'll propose, if that seems impossible to you, because Penny, your list is long and you just want to cheat and short sheet it, and you can't do that. I'm going to suggest you take one day and you make it your your do it day. Make it your do it day. Take a half a day and go, this is my do it day. I'm not going to cure cancer today, much as everyone wants me to. I'm going to have a do it day, and I'm going to go through that list and I'm going to get that crap done. Just play with that. See if it doesn't free you up, because that's going to open the space for the big dream, the thing we're going to talk about, that thing you've never admitted to anybody, Melissa, that you secretly want to marry Brad Pitt. It's time to announce it to the world. Let's free up some bandwidth to be creative, for Christine to sit down and really enjoy a workout at the piano without thinking, oh, I'm guilty, I should be doing whatever it is I should be doing. Let's have a do it day and let's get a bunch of crap done. And just see how you feel.
In a nod to all, and I mean all, of the talking heads on Instagram and YouTube, you know, Head and Shoulders, me, whoever it is, talking into the camera, proselytizing, pontificating. You get the picture. We have our own pontificator. She purrs, she pounces, she pivots. She's a little annoying. Please meet the Barbie of Light. Hi. See what I did there? A little pregnant pause to give people the opportunity to decide how they want to engage with me. I'm the Barbie of Light, aka the Barbie of Badassery. Some people have said, Barbie, why are you getting your own segment on the Bitch Kitty Club show? You're not qualified. Oh, well,
Oh, no, I disagree, you see. When preparation meets opportunity, magic happens. Do you have any idea how many hours I spent in front of a mirror looking at myself? Rehearsing scenes from my favorite movies? Lip-syncing to music videos? Ha! Prepared is my middle name. Now, I'm going to be here every week with little tips because my expertise is learning to do that little dance, walking the cusp between authenticity, honesty, integrity, and spirituality. Yeah. So, it's all about personal choice for all of us in every interaction. I'm going to say one of my tips. Find your power center. Find your power source. I know where mine is. Locate it for yourself. And when you're in any communication or interaction, come from your power. Power. What do you think when you hear me say that? Power. You think power source. You come from your power source and you will be irresistible to people. Trust me on that one. Oh, I just had a little yoni egg moment. So you see, I multitask. Another thing I'm just so good at. I multitask so well. So I'm doing my yoni egg exercises as I broadcast. You need to be in the moment no matter what happens. If you have a moment like I just had, don't stifle your emotions. That's inauthentic. There's no power there. Power. Be a bad motherfucker. Notice how I say that word with such, I own it. I own that word. As you will learn to do as well. The biggest tip I can share with you, the biggest tip of all, is the power of the dirty little thought. So, let's say, if you want to be absolutely magnetic and irresistible, someone asks you a question. For example, Barbie, would you like to go for a walk? Think a dirty little thought. Have that in mind when you respond. Barbie, would you like to go for a walk? Oh, I would love to go for a walk. Do you feel the power in that moment? I always have a little dirty thought, a little something going on but behind the eyes. It makes me irresistible. It's magnetic, ladies. Take it from me. There can never be too much innuendo in one's spirituality. Spirituality and authenticity and sexuality, sensuality are intertwined. Don't kid yourself. You need all of them in every moment, as I do. And that's part of my power, part of my magic, if you will. And these are the tips I'm going to teach you. So those are the tips for this week, ladies. I hope you got a lot out of them. I hope you practiced them this week. Do as I do. Stand in front of the mirror and just look at yourself forever. It can be very productive. You can practice all kinds of expressions. You'll find them useful and they're authentic because you practice the hell out of them, let's be real. So, until next week, this is the Barbie of Truth signing off. The Barbie of Badassery saying, have yourself a badass power week. See you next week. That's it for this week's show. Bitch Kitties rule. Wise, wild women who know the power of the purr, the pivot, and the pounce. And remember, accept no pussyfooting ever.